Okay, it's recording, just so you know.
We call this special select board meeting of March 7th, 2016 to order. Present is the full board, Melissa Randall, Tom Caron, myself, Bill Rowe, and our town manager, Ken Woodbury. Would you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item 3. Review of annual town meeting warrant and articles. Yes, it's item 4. Item 3 is invisible.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, you have the latest,
It's 3-7.
3/7.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Town warrant. To Alvina Church, a resident of the town of Sangerville, in said county of Piscataquis, state of Maine. Greetings. In the name of the state of Maine, you are hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of the town of Sangerville in the county of Piscataquis and the state of Maine, qualified to vote in town affairs, to assemble at the Sangerville Fire Station on Saturday, April 2, 2016, at 9 in the morning. Then and there to act on the following articles, to wit. Election articles. Article 1, to choose a moderator to preside at said meeting. Invocation, Pastor David Ray Jr. of Grace Bible Church. Pledge of Allegiance. Article 2, to adopt the Maine Moderator's Manual published by the Maine Municipals Association as the authority on the rules and procedures for conducting the annual town meeting. Article
Excuse
3.
me. I think it's Maine Municipal Association.
Well, that probably, yeah, that does sound better. Okay. Article 3, to ascertain if non-resident speakers are present and whether or not inhabitants wish to call on them to be heard. I make a move that we approve the first 3 articles as read.
Second.
All those in favor? I don't see we need to vote on every one individually.
Well, you will Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, Tuesday night,
Yeah.
we do them individually.
Tuesday is when you actually will approve the warrants, the warrant articles.
I'm not in too good a mood this morning. I had a bad night last
I mean,
night.
it's getting worse.
You know it. Introduction of elected...
PTSD from your accident?
Oh, hell no. Apparently something I ate last
So I don't know if you want to vote on them, right?
Nah, we don't need to vote on. We'll vote
All
on.
right.
Yeah.
Good.
Just we're correcting them.
I was trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here.
Yeah.
No, we still don't have our organs back, do we?
No.
No.
Introduction of elected officials. Article 4. To elect 1 selectman, assessor, and overseer of the poor for a 3-year term and to fix compensation. The Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $800 annual compensation for the Select Board members. 1 treasurer for a 1-year term to be appointed by Board of Selectmen. 1 fire warden for a 1-year term. 2 school committee members for 3-year terms. 1 sanitary district trustee for a 6-year term.
Okay, let me back up.
The treasure thing.
Should the one you're appointed by the Board of Selectmen,
You're not
the
like-
fire warden is also,
Well, I was wondering.
Look.
and that's for
Yeah,
1-year
yeah.
term to be
Let me see
appointed,
the
right?
old- Let me see the old one here.
The book's right, that's one right here.
Yeah.
I usually have mine, but I was in such a hurry to get here that I didn't get mine.
Yeah, 'cause we had a question about that before, between electing the fire warden or
We don't elect him, we appoint him.
appointing. I think we appointed.
Okay.
Set it up when we
It said it
appointed.
last year, though. But what was it? 2 years ago.
So should it read 151 for a one-year term to be appointed by the Board of Selectmen?
Yeah. Okay.
But you can't elect and appoint all at the same time.
Yeah, all the way back to
Yeah.
2013.
What was it
There
saying?
was election.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, 2005.
But you didn't, last year, you didn't elect a treasurer or elect a fire warden. You said it was to be appointed by the Board of Selectmen.
Well,
You
the
either
town
elect
warrant
one or
said
you
Article
don't.
4 to elect treasurer, one-year term, to be appointed by the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah,
Well, isn't it
Can't do both of them.
contradictory?
Right, the old ones just say elect. But 2015 just says elect.
So we strike it out of this year's one?
Well, as long as there's no state law that says that we have to elect them.
I think it used to be, and I think it was changed.
Okay.
so they just kept putting this in there even though you weren't
Yeah.
doing it. So should we take the treasurer out and the
Take
fire
treasurer,
warden out?
fire warden out, and those two, that'll move things along too. I mean, it isn't like somebody's gonna jump up from the floor and say, hey man, I wanna be the treasurer, and we're gonna say,
So where do we put them?
nowhere. Just take
Nowhere.
them off.
Strike them right out because they'll be appointed.
They're appointed, they're not going to be elected, so we don't need the town to do anything.
Okay.
So it's to elect one selectman and 2 school board members.
Yeah. So we have 2 open seats on the
Yeah.
school board?
Yeah.
Are they both 3-year terms? Or
Oh, yeah,
ours?
they'd all be 3-year terms. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yes, I
because
was-
we have a seat open.
Yeah.
We did last year, we didn't fill it. Nobody wants to play the game anymore.
I was told they're both 3-year terms.
Rebecca Holt,
She never
Never even
went.
showed up.
She never even showed up.
Dale Gray, term
We had one
expires
3-year term, so we'd have one for a 2-year term and one for a 3-year term. Because we have the unfilled seat from last year, and then we have who's ever up this year, which is Gray, is it? You said?
Yeah.
So
Maybe
1
tough
for
to
3 and 1
For
for 2.
2.
So
Maybe we could get one for 2.
1 school board member for a 3-year term and 1 school board member for a 2-year term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sanitary district.
And the sanitary district for a 6.
Oh, wait, nope, you got 3. Because you got James Bell 2017, Dale Gray 2016, Rebecca Holt was off 2015. We each didn't fill it last
Joe's.
year. And Joe Chadbourne 16 again, so you got 2 for 3 and 1 for 2. Right?
No, you've got one that goes to 2017, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if
one.
you got 2, get out in
But-
16.
So we got 3.
We're missing one and 2
Chadbourne
terms
and
expires in
Bell.
this year.
we got Chadbourne and Dale Gray, both are up
Yeah,
this
Gray,
year.
Yeah,
And Rebecca Holt we never filled last year.
it's 3.
So 3.
So it's 2
2
for
for
3.
3 and 1 for, we didn't fill it last year, so we still got 1 for 2.
So 2 for 3
2 for 3 and 1 for 2.
and 1 for 2. Okay.
And are they gonna run again, do you know, Tom?
I imagine Joe would. I think Joe's pretty good. He shows up at all the meetings and he's pretty well involved. He's been a valuable asset, but boy, trying to fill those positions at times.
I tried to talk Ron Maganji back into it again, he won't do it.
Are we ready to move on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Business articles. Article 5, to see if the town will fix a date when taxes on real estate and personal property shall be due before 5 p.m. August 31, 2016, and payable, and fix a rate of interest to be charged on taxes unpaid after said date. The maximum allowed is 7% per Title 36 MRSA Section 505.4. Select Board recommends 7%.
That's what it's been.
And the reason for the August 31st
I was
is
waiting for that.
trio, people can pay by mail. So the clerks don't want to touch it.
Works, whatever makes them happy.
Okay, well,
Article 6, to see if the town will authorize prepayment of 2016 real estate and personal property taxes. Article 7, to see if the town will allow a discount of 2% on taxes paid in full before 5 p.m. on July 31st, 2016, and vote to allow for payments received on taxes to be applied to the taxpayer's oldest outstanding tax bill.
all right, and we're gonna have a short explanation by the town manager about the Sunday date, that the postmark, as long as it's
Postmarked, they could be postmarked on a Saturday, for
Yeah,
instance.
okay.
And it's the way Trio has,
Do you want to just put a little note in there rather than having to?
that we're not open on Sunday?
Well, no, that you can still, well, you're right, just tell them that.
Yeah.
Somebody's, but don't you know?
Yeah, it's a Sunday.
Hey, you know them all now, right?
Just gotta pay before Sunday, that's all.
Should we have a note down here about what we've got to, the 20,000 got to allow for early payment?
What's that?
What, you wanna get into the homestead, or
No,
the, I'm sorry, the discount
no.
part of it?
Whether
at that
they
time?
should be approved or not.
Well, yeah, because he's going to make a motion not to do it.
Well,
he's
that's
gonna
what this
have a-
motion is whether or not you're gonna approve it.
Right, he's going to
Right.
always have to say
Okay.
no.
All right, forget I spoke. Like I say, I'm not all here this morning. Article 8, to see if the town will vote to set the interest rate to be paid by the town on abated taxes for the fiscal year, as per MRSA Title 36, Section 506-A. Select Board recommends 4% per annum.
4%.
I think that's pretty common.
Yeah, I think is that the minimum?
Yeah, I think so. Article 9, to see if the town will authorize the selectmen on behalf of the town to sell cemetery lots. Those revenues shall be put into the perpetual care trust fund account. That's pretty common. Article 10, to see if the town will authorize the selectmen on behalf of the town to sell and dispose of real estate and personal property acquired by the town for non-payment of taxes thereon. The revenue received from tax-acquired property shall be used to pay the back taxes, and any additional revenue shall be put in the general fund on such terms as they deem advisable, and to execute quitclaim deeds for such property. All set?
Oh, Sam,
Article 11, to see if the town will authorize the municipal officers to spend only those funds necessary for the operation of the town of Sangerville during the period from January 1, 2017 to the 2017 town meeting.
Do we want to put 2017 and insert annual town meeting in that? Because, I mean,
Yeah, it should say annual town meeting.
no offense to anybody, but it seems like we have just a slew of special town
Oh, yeah.
meetings in the past. I mean, I
Okay.
think the word annual in
It's
there.
just, it's like everybody gets missing each other after a while. We need kind of a group moment.
Time for a
Boy, you're
reunion.
working that shovel this morning.
Feel the love.
Feel the love.
Okay,
Article 12, to see what action the town will take on acceptance of donations and authorize the selectmen to accept or to refuse any donations or gifts on behalf of the town.
Standard.
Yeah. Article 13, to see if the town will vote to authorize the selectmen to use up to $10,000 from undesignated revenue in the event of overdrafts. Any use of this contingency arrangement must be voted on at a select board meeting, and the expenditures made will be listed in the subsequent town report.
And I think right there that
I am done, yeah.
explains.
He's not
Oh,
done.
I'm sorry.
Transfer of undesignated revenues in excess of $10,000 must be authorized by the vote of a special town meeting.
Right,
I
and
think
then-
the wording in Article 13 on, there's no page number here, to go back to it, is the expenditures made will be listed in the subsequent town report.
So if he
So I
puts
think-
his note up here,
Yeah,
That'll-
yeah, just to show people what the overdrafts were.
yes, we have to explain them.
That it's outside of our control in most cases, or all cases so far.
Yeah. Oh boy, here goes the heavy reading. Ordinances. Article 14. The Board of Selectmen has asked that the town express its opinion in a straw vote on whether the Select Board should make permanent the current temporary order made by the Select Board in 2015 to approve the use of ATVs on the Flanders Hill Road, Borough Road, Knowlton Mills Road, West Road, French's Mills Road, McFeeters Road, and portions of the East Sangerville Road, McNaughton Hills Road, and Silvers Mills Road.
I'd like to see that one just taken off. Reason being, it's already there, and they're not going to be able to expand much beyond what they've already got. And I think it's a waste of our time to do it.
But the vote in the past has been on a one-year or annual basis. It's not been permanent.
But it says permanent though in the article.
Yeah, I don't want to make them permanent, because then we always have the option, you know, if we've had some problems with a few of our favorites. And the other thing is I really don't want to see us having another revisit to that special town meeting that we had back in the fall where we get to hear them all over again.
But we have to do something here.
We opened them up. We did what they asked to do.
But it was on an annual, it was voted to be on an annual basis.
We never made it as a...
Yes, we did.
Well, after the town meeting, let's say you don't have, this article is not there. After the town meeting, at say your next select board meeting, you can have a resolution to open these roads for the year 2016.
But it said permanent back in Article 14 last year.
But all these weren't there.
All of them?
No.
Yeah, that's right, we had it.
This is a listing of all that
Oh, okay.
you approved during the year.
All right, yeah, okay, I see.
See?
So what you're saying is we really don't even have to have this article here. We can cover it in select board
You
meeting.
could just do it as separate.
Yeah,
This was to kind of let you know where the town was and having ATVs riding around on the town
Right, because I
roads.
mean, all I heard was people who didn't like it, and some people, and then the
Right.
ones,
And this kind of gave you, you could say,
An idea.
we're doing this because, hey, we had a straw vote and the town likes it, so
Yeah,
we're following the
Tough
wishes. Because it doesn't bind you anyway.
right.
right, it's a straw vote.
So can we take it out and skip it?
Well,
And then have some notation someplace in the town report with, I assume the ATV club is gonna have a page, right?
Right.
So there can be, they can list there what's open and what's not.
Yep.
What's open.
yeah, we can take it up at a select board meeting after the town meeting,
Yeah,
make a resolution
and that
to
might be a little
continue
better.
what we have, or depending on the
Right.
feedback you know, from the.
It's whether or not you
club.
think you need a straw vote to.
I don't intend to, I mean, if they can
I mean,
get a clear path and,
They've really, in a way, voted twice last
Right,
year.
they
They had
did.
the straw vote,
right,
then they had all these petitions coming to you, and then they had a special town meeting where they voted money for signage.
and they finally got the club going, so we
Got
got
the club
somebody.
going,
there.
they did what you asked them to do.
Right, so there's no
Okay, I'd say we strike this article.
Okay?
But of course, you realize we will have, okay, as identified, Article 15, shall an ordinance entitled Recall of Municipal Officials be enacted pursuant to 30-A MRSA 3002, parentheses 3. An attested copy of the proposed ordinance is attached to this warrant and available at the town office.
maybe.
Hopefully you'll have, so.
The
Maybe.
select board recommends approval, and we may have to add another one. We'll know at the appropriate time, but not
Just-
today.
No,
Just so I'm getting this straight here, this is which ordinance?
Yours.
Ours, okay.
Select board ordinance.
Well, I'd say, well, here again, we're supposed to vote on this tomorrow night to accept the warrant.
Let me tell you why his can't go on, okay? Even if we fix his, we don't have any authority to fix his. Because he doesn't, the minute you change anything in his current,
Right,
he doesn't have petition.
We cannot change his. However, we can put
An alternative.
his ordinance on. We need tomorrow, by tomorrow night, you should have some attorney opinions. I had a long,
Maybe
they
we
called
can
me
have it
Friday,
today.
a long discussion with them.
You can tell me after.
Yes.
But
So- So we'll talk more about this tomorrow night.
my own personal take on it is if they told us the first time around, no, don't do it. We did it last year even when we weren't supposed to do it.
But it was only a recommendation last year.
Well, it's a recommendation this
It's a
year.
much strongly worded recommendation this year.
Yeah, well, I just,
I'm-
More information you'll have for
Okay.
tomorrow.
all right, let's move on then.
Yes.
Well, I would suggest that if for some unforeseen reason we don't get the reply tomorrow, we hate to mention tabling, okaying the warrant, but we still have plenty of time. We could
Right.
always have a special.
We'll have to have a
select board
special
meeting,
select board meeting to approve the warrant.
just in case that information doesn't come in tomorrow, because I don't want to make a decision without the
No,
legal.
but we can put, you can change the warrant up to a week out. And so if we approve the bulk of it tomorrow night, and if it doesn't come in tomorrow,
It'll be in.
okay.
You got
Worst
the
comes to
whip
worst, it could be
cracking?
just an insert that we stick in if we had
Are
to.
you cracking the whip, are you?
Sounds like a threat.
Thad knows his master.
Yeah, who signs his paycheck?
You may not like it when it's here, but it's.
Expense articles. Article 16, shall the town vote to appropriate $25,487 from 2015 unexpended school taxes in the undesignated fund balance to apply toward the 2016 school taxes. Note, the MSAD for school tax for Sangerville for 2016 is anticipated to be $804,934.
I know there'd probably be at least one person at town meeting that will be asking the question about what happened to the excess tax money that was taken from the citizens, and this will answer the question right there. So, good.
Article 17, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for general government, including administration, planning board, contractual services, town office operations, insurances, town hall, oh, that's a repeat, town office and town hall operations, town hall maintenance, legal services, and IRA contributions, not to exceed $271,227. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $271,000 $452.
Oh, yeah, okay.
From taxes, $262,932. From carry forward, $8,520. And then you go on to a list. Administration, $120,101.
Yeah, we don't need to read the whole thing.
All right. You feel he's got it right?
As long as he realizes that we're all gonna sit and do the math,
yeah.
because otherwise we'll have somebody say,
Yeah.
that number's not right.
And I checked it again this morning.
Article 18, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for protective services and social welfare, including fire department, animal welfare, municipal street lights, municipal hydrants, health and sanitation, monument lot, municipal welfare, cemeteries, and social services not to exceed $247,071. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $247,071. From taxes, $239,862. From carry forward, $7,209. Article 19, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for public works, not to exceed $404,964. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $404,964. Excuse me. From taxes, $122,616. From fund balance, what's the fund balance you're talking about?
Or
It
undesignated.
includes, yeah.
Undesignated.
From fund balance, $282,348.
That includes excise tax, LRAP, carry forwards, yeah.
Okay.
And that's total public works, including road improvement, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, one,
Article 20, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for parks and recreation, not to exceed $10,000. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $10,000. From taxes, $8,500. From a grant, $1,500. That grant is the donation.
Pirate Rec.
Yeah.
Do we want to call, is there another term that's better than grant? Because I think that sends up some kind of a red flag.
Yeah.
Just a donation?
from a donation.
Yeah.
And probably put private rec right on there, and that'll save you having to
Yeah.
say, what, who donated that?
In parentheses, pirate rec.
Is it pirate recreation? Okay,
That's the money they were gonna donate on the Wells property, right?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, that's.
Took
where
2
we have
years
it.
to get that out of them.
Article 21, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for community services, including the Historical Society and Sangerville Public Library, not to exceed $18,750. Select Board as I should say Select Board.
Yes.
And Budget Committee recommend $18,750. Article 22, to see what sum of money, if any, the town will vote to
Sorry,
raise.
take the, I took out all these if any's, here's one that crept back in.
Yeah.
It's redundant,
It is, truly, you're right.
to
Wordy,
see,
too.
yeah.
verbose, to see what sum
Nice,
of money.
nice. See, hanging out with us is good for you.
That's a $30 word.
Okay.
To see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for debt service, not to exceed $18,026. And that covers, we only got 2 debts, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire truck and the payback on the,
they're noted here.
Next page.
Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $18,026. No. Annual debt service for the Rosenbauer fire truck is $11,866. And for the 2015 Town Hall renovation is $6160.
So that 6160, that comes out of the bond that we
That's the bond.
did before?
That's the
Okay.
payment on the
Yeah,
bond.
okay.
Bond to ourselves.
Right,
Hey, one way or another.
that's right.
Article 23, to see what sum of money, if any, there we go again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I tell you, you got a little tired, didn't you?
well, it's copying from the last year.
The town will vote to appropriate for the maintenance and environmental cleanup of the Abbey Fowler, not to exceed 22,000, excuse me. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend 22,000. From taxes, 2,000. From carry forward, 15,370. From special town meeting, 4,630.
Because technically the 4630 was
It's
voted.
already been approved.
Already been approved, but so they can see where it's all coming.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the question will come up again where we are with the whole Abbey Fowler project. So maybe at that time, just a short little
Give them an update.
game plan there.
Maybe will he see some activity up here finally?
Maybe, I hope so, yes.
That would help get some people feeling different. Article 24, to see what sum of money, here we go again.
Yeah.
The town will vote to appropriate from the Sangerville Community Forest Reserve Fund for forest management expenses, not to exceed $4,050. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $4,050. From Sangerville Community Forest Reserve, $4,050. So there's no taxes to raise for that.
And that's the amount that we keep in that line.
That they haven't
each year.
changed it, and
Right.
Maybe
That's up to
maybe
them.
they'll cut this year, who knows?
well, maybe. Market at the moment ain't too swift. Capital outlay, Article 25. To see if the town will vote to allow the municipal officers to accept revenues generated from the sale of forest products from town woodlots, and to distribute this revenue upon receipt at a ratio of 20% for Sangerville Community Forest Reserve, to pay the consulting forester and to implement the forest management plan, and 80% for the town hall renovation reserve. Article 26, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for the capital reserves, including public works equipment, monument lot, fire department improvement, parks and recreation, town hall renovations, office equipment and fire department equipment, not to exceed $25,007. Now,
Takes care of quite a few articles in the past.
okay, here we go. I was looking for this. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $25,007. From taxes, $13,750. From monument lot carry forward, $675. From fire department carry forward, $10,582. That's what I was looking for. Article 27, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and appropriate for repairs to the stained glass windows in the town hall, not to exceed $2,000. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend $2,000. Now, where did that $2,000 come from? Did you get any bids from anybody, or did you just
No, what it is,
you just pulled the figure out of the air?
no. We're not sure what the total cost would be to replace the stained glass that's missing and to make the other repairs. So, our fellow who did the front door, who was qualified to do this and do stained glass and everything else, suggested that we just put in a sum and he'll do $2,000 worth of work, and the next year, we appropriate some more money until eventually they're all,
Well, I'm
Finish.
thinking that'll do 10, 12 windows.
well, it depends on, you're talking about fixing stained glass.
Yeah, but it's more really colored glass.
Well,
Stained glass makes it, you pay more for it,
Yeah,
but
whatever
it's just
it-
colored glass.
whatever is up there. And they,
But-
the idea is about $2,000 worth of work. This came from the special town meeting. This is at the request, the amount's not, but that we do it is. Not knowing how much
Yeah,
needs to
so
be
we
done,
put
we
that
figure,
down.
well, we'll do $2,000 worth of work. Special town meeting asked for a warrant article to replace the plain glass with the stained glass.
As,
Didn't I write something in the selectmen's letter about we're gonna have Public Works do work on it?
yeah,
Then that needs to
Yeah.
be taken out.
Well, I was gonna suggest that we cut this amount in half and we spread it out over a further term. I've been upstairs quite a bit. There was one window facing Route 23, just a small one, that, I don't know, I think I put a board over it, or somebody put a board over it, but they missed it when they were putting in the missing pieces while they were doing the work on the dormers and whatnot. You know, right now, we're pretty well sealed up. I mean, that one little piece of glass is only about, you know, a rectangle about that big.
But don't they need to be
But
replaced?
the sealing up wasn't the main issue. The main issue was to replace the plain glass we put in with colored glass.
and also I thought we were discussing earlier about simply pulling the windows out and totally refurbishing them.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna do that for $1,000.
Well, that's what I'm
The-
saying.
Down to, I was in Hobby Lobby there, and they had Hobby Lobby, they had stained glass pieces. A piece of stained glass about that big, $15. That's at Hobby Lobby now, and there must be cheaper places to get it maybe, but it's not gonna be
Go right to the hardware store.
colored glass, stained
They
glass.
probably, they don't carry it, but there's no law says they can't order it even.
Well, $2,000 isn't gonna make a break.
No, I don't think so. So are we gonna,
Oh, no, you,
Not waterproof, are they?
they'll be doing it on the inside, say. That way, what?
You do realize,
so are we gonna tell them that we've got somebody lined up to do this work, or do we wanna let it hang that we're gonna have Public Works on
Public
there?
Works cannot replace the stained glass.
Okay, so we do
Why
have
not?
to,
With what?
well, we'll have to order the supplies, yes.
But I mean, that's not the way he does the stained glass and everything, it's a professional job.
Well, you clean the,
Public Works could glaze them though. Could put the
yeah,
glaze
that's
on.
all you gotta do.
Glaze.
Right. they could-
Take the old out, clean it out, and put linseed oil in the seat, and put some putty in, set the glass
See
in.
what you started.
Hey, I've done a lot of these windows when I was young.
Just be thankful it's not leaded stained glass. Otherwise, we would have a real nightmare on our hands. I'm kind of torn to doing just a superficial repair, putting
No.
in, or like Bill says,
Gonna do
technically what really needs to be done is each
Window.
pane has to be taken
Well,
out.
that's probably how we would do it, is take the window out. That's what he
and
explained to
then
me. And then you have
reglaze
to-
and reset each one of them.
and take it
that's
home
in
and
there.
fix the window.
But are we locked in with this? I know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
to maybe do it. Maybe we could find, boy,
Maybe we could, and
Maybe
maybe
you're
we
trainable.
couldn't. This is how we
I
appropriate
mean-
money to do a job, and then it goes from year to year to year. Because
Like-
maybe we could
like
get someone
carpet.
else, and maybe we could do this, and then nothing gets done, and it just,
hey, excuse me, if I may, we are getting certain things done here.
Yeah,
It's a
because
slow
someone-
process.
It never gets cheaper to do them though. The
Because
price
someone's
keeps
got a
going
whip.
up. The price keeps
We
going
just
up.
have to find that retired person working in a window place that wants to make minimum
The health
wage.
says you gotta be working in a window place.
Well, like Matthew's Window or someplace that they do all that
Maybe the
Stop
window
for
fairy will
an
come
old
and sprinkle joy
glazer.
through the
I
slippery
got a
floor.
bunch of windows for,
Again, it's easier to buy
sheriff's
a
father, stepfather.
it's easier to buy a $270,000 fire truck with no discussion.
Then get Tom
Oh,
to
yeah.
spring for a few pieces of glass.
Or a $300 chainsaw for the fire department. That was another good one.
$300? That ain't much of a damn chainsaw.
Well, I don't know if you
I'll tell you
were
that.
present during the
We stood
discussion
there,
for
but that's
years.
fine. We watched our fire truck there, and we all stood there in the snowbank right beside it while they were doing it. And ours is the snazziest fire truck around.
Well, it
That-
ought to be.
Stripes are nice.
The racing stripes, that $1,500 we spent on them racing stripes, that was made the deal there.
Well, my being up there and seeing the so-called severity of the problem, I'm making a motion, we drop it $1,000 just to
Well, you
make
can
it
make that a town
look good.
meeting. They can make that a town meeting. That can be your contribution to the town, and we'll argue over that for half an hour at town
I mean, we
meeting.
don't have to spend 2,000, maybe you only, but I hate to
It would.
find out it's gonna be $1,100 and for $100 I gotta have.
And it's not gonna
either
make
take it
any
from
difference on your taxes.
Your contingency account, which you guard with your life, or have another special town meeting.
It's our neck on the line there with those overdrafts, you know.
But this was, this came from the legislative body, your boss.
He hasn't had one yet. Why should he start now? Let's just leave it.
Well,
I'm not for
whatever,
leaving it.
Whatever. All
You
right.
could argue about it at town meeting. That's open season.
Article 28, to see if the town will vote to allow the municipal officers to expend revenue from an insurance settlement as necessary for repairs to the fire station. Select Board and Budget Committee recommend approval. No. The town has received 7,900. Wow.
Yeah, what was it?
What is it?
Wait a minute.
Not 79,000, I don't believe.
No, 7,900. It's either 28 or 18.
From insurances and has indicated that if the repairs exceed.
928 we've got on
Is that
the
it?
carry forwards.
Okay.
So we take care of the rest, so the figure is $7,928.
Why do we have to ask him for that if we?
Okay, normally we would say to spend $7,928. However, it may cost more to do it. And I keep putting off MMA to close the account so that when we finally get a cement guy in here to give us an estimate, and it turns out we need another couple hundred or a couple $1,000s, MMA said that we could get more as part of the insurance settlement. But then we'd be spending more than what we're authorized to spend. So this way, we're asking the town to let us spend whatever we can get from the insurance company to repair it.
Okay. But aren't we authorized to spend the money anyway if we're getting money from an insurance settlement?
Well, no more than if you're getting it from taxes or
Well, that's,
earnings
you're,
or
no,
anything
you're right.
else.
And we have a concrete guy right on the payroll already. That's what he used to do. He can go up there and figure that right out.
Who?
Peter. Peter worked for years for Jimmy French.
Put a new floor in the part of the town garage. Did a good job.
He can cost that out for you.
Okay. But that's why I have it worded this way, so. if
Yeah,
we
okay, I get it,
more,
I get it.
Other articles. This falls under the don't fit any other category.
Miscellaneous.
Article 29. Shall the town vote to accept as revenue to offset local property taxes in the year 2016? State revenue share, $21,274.
Huh?
71.
What?
What did I say?
21.
$71,274. LRAP, $34,256. Carry forwards, $128,483. Now, isn't this a repetition here?
Yeah.
But there's always
why?
one in the back that says what we're revenue to offset the property tax. Last year was Article 63.
Excise tax, 215,503. Undesignated revenues, 30,000, for a total of $479,516.
So on the carry forward sheet, which,
We've already listed them as article by article.
yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a difference in the amounts here. That's what I'm saying, is on the this carry forward sheet, we got 128,149, and here we got 128,483.
Where's your-
carry forward sheet?
What's the date?
We get different versions
Yep.
again. This was as of 3/1/2016.
Oh, that's really old.
That's
Oh,
another
it's ancient
era.
history? Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Article 30, to see if the town will vote to allow the municipal offices to expend revenue from the overlay as necessary to account for fractional differences in computing the tax rate, abatements, if any, and the 2% discount for taxes paid in full before 5 p.m., July 31, 2016. Article 31, to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to dispose of town-owned property with a value of $5,000 or less under such terms and conditions as they deem advisable. Oh, okay, town-owned property, that has nothing to do with town
That's a-
acquired.
That's a change.
Well, it didn't sound good. That's why I questioned it. It's, what was it, used to be 10,000?
3.
Oh. All right.
When we get rid of the fire truck, we actually could get 5.
Yeah. Well, we put 10,000 in.
Well, you see, you've had 3, you've always, 3 has been the,
There's only about 3 people in that whole group that'll figure that out, though.
okay.
Because the ones that sit there 1 year to the next.
So I increase it to 5.
Okay, 5 works. You think
Yeah.
we'll get? But
Do-
do you think anybody will give us more than 5 for the truck?
No, we'll be lucky to get that.
I'm hoping we don't have to spend 5 to have it hauled away.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You know. I don't want
another
the damn
project.
thing. I don't want the damn thing.
But French's Mills Road wants its own fire truck.
Well, you know, we've had 2
Well,
fires
cool.
down there in the past 2 years, so we need our own truck on this.
Right. Make yourself very attractive to Dexter when you
That's right.
come a court.
Getting swords.
You guys want to be careful.
you're great.
Article 31.
Nukeville and a fire truck.
Oh, we just read that one. Article 32. To see if the town will allow the municipal officers to accept revenue generated from certain fines and fees related to dog licensing and the town's dog ordinance, and expend such in the administration of dog control.
We need dog control, remember. Just as a quick aside, when you go on the NOAA website and you're looking for the, the forecast, right? Gilman Corner, which is Newtville, is its own listing, just the same as Sangerville is. It's its own, yeah.
Article 33.
Nukeville and Caribou.
Newtville.
To see if the town will allow the municipal officers to accept revenue generated from plumbing permits and to expend these funds to the licensed plumbing inspector as compensation. Article 34, shall the town vote to give the monies raised from the state snowmobile registration received in 2016 to the Four Winds Snowmobile Club?
At that time, will we get a question about the same article of business from the ATV club members, do you think?
How did we?
I don't know if we get the ATV money back, because I've never seen it in the revenue.
Not only that, but the
It may
state,
only be the snowmobile money, and the reason the state gives that back is for the grooming of trails.
Yeah. Where in this thing did we have the carry forward of the ATV money? Because that would be a crapper if we got through this whole thing and then realized we didn't carry it
well,
forward.
not only that, but the reason I'm questioning if we actually get it
Which
is that it goes to the
Bill.
state.
The carry forward of the signage money from the
That's it.
special. Is that in?
That's the carry forward, that's under Public Works.
Okay.
Oh,
That's there. It's under Public
Okay.
Works.
Somebody along the line's gonna ask that.
Yeah, it's on there,
Yeah.
Sean, right?
Yeah, it's
Should be
20,
on there.
for the ATV sign.
2000.
2249, I think it was, yeah.
Because don't the ATV clubs get their monies from the state?
Only if you're doing trails, only if you've got trail work, and our ATV club doesn't have trail work.
They just wanna
yet.
ride up and down the roads, our guys do.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get no compensation from the state for
Right.
access roads.
Article 35, moderator to swear in town clerk. Article 36, moderator to swear in the newly elected selectmen. Hereof fail not, have you there and then at this warrant with your doings thereon. Why?
Wording.
Given under the hands of the town of Sangerville, Maine, this second day of April, in the year of our Lord 2016. Why, this hereof fail not. Have you there and then?
It's not original way, you just take it from what it was.
Well, it sounds really fancy, I'm liking it.
It sounds totally confusing.
Should be someone there all dressed up as a herald and
Yeah,
a few-
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm all dressed up in my checkered shirt, my flannel shirt, and my dungarees.
So even with us kibitzing over, with Tom over his
we
windows for
didn't-
10 minutes, it took us all of,
We didn't start till 9:30.
right, it took us 40 minutes.
918.
No.
I have one question if I could ask you.
No. Go ahead anyway.
Article 10,
Article what?
Article 10 is, authorizing the town, selectmen to sell real estate, and then it says, shall be put into the general fund on such terms as they deem advisable and to execute quitclaim deeds for such property. What my question is, I would personally like to see any excess money go into the town hall renovation fund. Can I change that wording at town meeting if I make a motion?
I don't think you can change the wording.
Okay.
You can change amounts,
Right. That's
but.
what I
Reduce.
want.
don't- Yeah, reduce, yeah, never more, but less. I don't think you can change the wording though.
Or
All right.
Oh, you
Well,
could put, you could
Is
write
that
it.
something you want to do? Right, is his question.
It's always so hard to find money for the beast here.
Well, it's free money, is the way I look at it. You're getting your tax money, and that's going towards your taxes. The rest of that money is free money.
Right.
Money that nobody's planned upon, and so it would
Well,
be.
why couldn't we write it, put
Instead
in
of
the
saying
general fund or town hall renovation reserve?
Well,
And so then the select board would have the choice of what to do with it.
Well, I guess my question is, couldn't we put some sort of question in there, asking the voters where they would prefer it to go?
Oh, you're looking for arguments?
I was going to say.
Yeah.
well,
Signage.
I mean, it's kind of in there anyway, where it says, and any additional revenue shall be put in the general fund on such terms as they deem advisable, meaning the select board.
Right.
So does that mean that
So
But
it's,
generally, it just goes
You
right
could
into
have-
the general fund.
you could have a vote of the board to put it in the town hall reno reserve?
No, you'd have to, that's a legislative action.
Okay.
yeah.
So basically, it goes into the general fund.
Goes in the general fund.
Right.
If you want it in the town hall renovation fund, you
Oh, no,
should say
this is his
so.
game, not mine.
That was the question I had to ask. That's
Yeah,
all.
well,
You guys can think about it and whatever you want to do. Thank you for
As
allowing
little
me
as
to
possible generally.
I think it's a good idea, but there's so many holes that those monies could probably go into. He's trying to pick you're gonna end up getting a squawk as we get the people, and I will quote, putting money into this town hall building is like pouring money down a rat hole, which I
But it's not rat hole.
quite a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
with colored glass.
What we
And colored carton.
Hey, little the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon.
Right. As they deem advisable.
Well, so that, still it's 40 minutes, so that's not bad.
Well, just a follow-up real quick question, as far as the moderator goes, until he's duly elected by written secret ballot, or written ballot, Paul's still on board with
Yeah.
showing up if he is elected.
I
As
don't know
not.
why he wouldn't
Okay.
be.
You need a motion to adjourn and a second.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
13.
Your vote don't count, sir. Welcome to the world.
Okay.
So it'll be 35,
Yeah.
possibly 36
Well,
articles.
you know, you read the paper about the Garland thing, get it done in 2 hours and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but how many people do they have in attendance?